What's good, YouTube? It's your man BG Tech Life, and I got the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7 on deck, and it's something we must talk about when it comes to this device. One thing that's different from this Samsung device and a lot of other flagships that came from Samsung, the Galaxy Z Flip 7 has the Exynos 2500 processor, while most of Samsung's flagships have the Snapdragon 8 Elite processor. So we got to talk about the difference, and we got to talk about, is this going to be the downfall of the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7? Let's get into it. We about to get into the Galaxy Z Flip 7 and talk about this Exynos processor. But do me a favor and make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. We try and grow the channel, and as the channel grow, the content gonna get better, I promise. Okay, YouTube, so this is my Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. Now, this device has the Snapdragon 8 Elite processor, which is a very, very powerful processor, a performance-based processor that's basically one of the most powerful processors that you can get in an Android device right now. Now, with that being said, guys, a lot of the things that I do on my smartphone honestly would never utilize all the power that the Snapdragon 8 Elite offers, because it's almost like laptop type power in a smartphone, and I'm just not utilizing my smartphone in that way, guys. But it's a very, very powerful processor, and this comes in S25, S25 Plus, S25 Ultra, and the Z Fold 7. Now here's my Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7, and it has the Exynos 2500, which is not as powerful as the Snapdragon 8 Elite by far. If you want to complete tasks on your smartphone like intense gaming, video editing, things of that nature, I would say that you should go with a device that has the Snapdragon 8 Elite in it. Now, I'm not saying that the Exynos 2500 can't get certain tasks done, but I'm just saying those tasks will get done in a way more efficient way with a Snapdragon processor, and I'm just being honest with you. Comparing the Snapdragon 8 Elite and the Exynos 2500, Snapdragon 8 Elite is just way more powerful. You can do different benchmark tests. You will get some different results, but all results will say that the Snapdragon 8 Elite is the winner. But is that really the downfall of the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7? I don't think so. I'm going to be honest with you. Now, we've already spoke to the people that want to do really intense things on their phone, like video editing, gaming. Certain things where device needs to perform. The type of person that probably should be almost looking at a gaming phone or nothing less than an ultra device. Most people that use that phone in the same way. Social media, communication. You know, it might be a couple other things that people do with their phone. Get some pictures, get some videos, you know, play a couple games, play a little Subway Surfer, something like that. And all that can be done on the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7. I'm going to put it like this. When you're using a device like a S25 Ultra with a Snapdragon 8 Elite, 97% of the time, you're nowhere near the ceiling of the performance that this device is capable of. The task that you're carrying out is not even making this device break a sweat at all. So when you pick up a device like a Flip 7, you're not going to really notice a big difference unless you put the Flip 7 under a real load of some heavy processing, which most people don't do. I'm going to be honest with you. I was looking at benchmark scores and things of that nature, and the multi-score benchmark for the Flip 7 is still up there with a S24 Ultra. So at the end of the day, even though this processor, this Exynos 2500, don't perform as good as the Elite processor, it's still a good performing processor, and I haven't had any issues with this processor while utilizing it. Now, if you're somebody that use your phone as a phone and you're not trying to do no heavy video editing outside of making reels and stuff, and you're not into high performance Android gaming, then this is a pretty sweet phone and it runs fairly decent and I haven't even had any thermal issues. Back in the day, the Exynos processor did not have a good name. It was known for overheating and things of that nature. And I will say that this Exynos 2500 haven't given me those vibes at all. And I will say one thing in the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7 favor is that this device, yes, it has a 120 hertz screen, but this device has a 1080 display. It's not pushing pixels like these 2K displays on some of these other devices. So the processor does not have to work as hard. Throughout the day when I utilize this device, I don't close out my backgrounds. I do a lot of scrolling. I do some casual gaming on this device, maybe a little Subway Surfer, and I haven't had this device break a sweat. It doesn't overheat and it scrolls beautifully. At first, I was apprehensive about buying a Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7 because it was getting the Exynos processor, and Exynos has always had a bad name. But after utilizing the Flip 7, I will say that I'm okay with it. I feel like the Exynos processor is enough. I'm not doing anything on my Flip 7 that's gonna actually even really push this processor too hard because like I said, I'm doing phone things on my phone. And also we could talk about battery life. Now a lot of people was thinking about buying an older Flip because they had Snapdragon processors, but this processor is just as powerful as the older Snapdragon processors. And plus, when it comes to battery life, this device this year gets a 4300 milliamp battery, which is bigger than the previous batteries on other flips. So you get an advantage on battery life actually. Now, I will say this. One drawback of having the processor that's not the most powerful is future proofing. I could see in 2 or 3 years of having this device that this processor may actually slow down, the battery life may get a little worse, things of that nature, things that happen with smartphones. So, of course, a couple years from now, the Snapdragon 8 Elite will hold up better than the Exynos 2500. So, that's just something for you to think about. But I'm talking about as of now, and that's my experience and my journey as I'm going through with this Flip 7. I'm not having any issues and I don't have any regrets buying this device. I jumped out there and bought this device just to see exactly how far Exynos has come. And if it keeps running like it's running, I'll probably give Exynos a thumbs up. Because we're in a time with smartphones that they're becoming so powerful that it's really not a need to have the most powerful processor. At one point when touch whiz lag was a thing and all of those type of issues, yeah, you wanted the most powerful processor because you might buy a new phone that actively have some lag, things of that nature. But now, in the last year or two, processors are so good that you don't have to have the newest one to have a fluid and just up-to-date experience with your phone. But yeah, when it comes to the Samsung Galaxy Flip 7, the Exynos 2500 as of now is no reason to skip over this device or not the downfall of this device. People that want to pick up a compact device like this and for some fun are not probably going to utilize it to the point where they're going to be wearing out the processor or making the processor overheat or have the phone lagging and glitching. It's just not what people are going to probably do with this device. This device is probably just going to hold up, be a beast for, social media use and whatever else you want to do. Even some multitasking on this device, guys. It hasn't skipped the beat yet. And I've been kind of like putting it to the test in everyday regular use. Not nothing extreme, not nothing extreme. Because if you're doing those type of things on your device, you know who you are and you know what you need to buy. But it's your boy BG Tech Life. I just wanted to share that with y'all. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. I'm out. Peace.